Hello friends, welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to play anti-chess. And I'm going to go through a few of the rules, a few of the things you need to know, and also where to get a game. So I'll begin by putting this screen up. If you don't know anything about anti-chess, you might think, what a silly, crazy game. What is the point of it? The point is to lose all of your pieces and you can win the game. So instead of regular chess where I'm trying to checkmate the king, there is nothing like that. I'm trying to give away all of my pieces. So a couple of these rules here to start with. All pieces move like regular chess, even on passant, but the king is just a regular piece. There's no check or castling. So really, if you just want to lose your king, you go right ahead and do it. There's no such thing as stopping for check. And if you can take a piece, you must take it. If you didn't have this rule in anti-chess, you might be playing for hundreds of moves because no one would want to capture anything. So how does this kind of work? I'm going to show you an example to illustrate the first 2 points here. And if we just had a game that began in this fashion, and queen h4. This is not check. So in this position, white does not have to get out of check. There's also nothing you can capture. We can even play this very strange move to chess players, g4. Am I moving into checkmate? Nope, there's no check, there's no checkmate. And now black has to take something, but black can choose which piece to take. There are 3 options, these 2 pawns, or to take the king here. And of course, black is well within their rights to capture the king. And it's now white's move. White must take that queen. And that's a bit of a gist of how these captures work and how you are compelled to make them. Okay, so back to these rules. To win, you must lose all of your pieces or be stalemated. So sometimes you've lost nearly all of your pieces. You might have a pawn stuck somewhere. What happens then? Well, if you can't move, if your opponent has stalemated you, you also win the game. So let's see a position that's kind of close to the ending. And this is right towards the end of a game of anti-chess. It is black to move, and it looks like white must take this pawn the next move. But after taking this pawn, it's not check, nothing like this. But I do have 2 pieces here that would have to take it back. So either I have to do something about that, move my pawn, or get out of it. So just to show you what happened, how this game continued, black moves the knight here. And now next move, after bishop takes pawn, this is forced. I don't have to get out of check. I can now take this. So I have 2 options, king takes bishop or knight takes pawn. And now bishop takes king. Knight must take pawn. Bishop must take pawn. And after this position, black actually has a winning endgame. So we'll just quickly see how it plays out. There are many ways black can win here. But after knight f6, bishop must take. Okay, black loses all of their pieces and black wins. An alternative of how this game may have gone is playing g5, and now the bishop must take the knight or the king must take the knight. If bishop takes and I play knight g3, Now I have this position where black has no more moves, and even after white's next move, black won't be able to capture anything. So any move now that's made, for example, bishop here, and that is the end of the game, black wins. So that is how black can win, by losing all their pieces or by stalemate. The next tip I have, there are some openings which are a forced loss immediately. So there are some new players that try to play this game, and then if they play an experienced player, they lose very easily and they might get disheartened and think, silly game, I don't want to learn all this opening book theory. But really, once you know that these few openings are lost and you play something different, it's never a problem anymore. So for example here, e4, d4, and d3 for white are actually losses. And if white plays g3 and black plays e6, this is also a loss. So there's a couple of these things to know. If you want to know more, I've just said don't let bishops and rooks out easily. We're going to see how this plays out perhaps in future lessons. But simply for now, Antichess.org has a whole section of losing openings, but really the three primary ones you need to know not to play are d4, e4, and d3, because as a chess player, you may actually normally use these openings. So don't do it in anti-chess. So they are the rules. How do I get a game? How do I play? Well, if I'm on leechess.org, it's fairly simple. I just go create a game, and all I select here is anti-chess. From this menu, you can choose whatever time control you want and then seek your game or enter a tournament that comes up. If you play on chess.com, it's a little bit harder to find. You need to go play and into variants. And there are quite a number of variants here, but as we can see, this one here, giveaway, is the name of anti-chess on chess.com. So I click on giveaway and I'm taken to the lobby here where I can play a game immediately or accept a challenge that's already there. Okay, that's how to play, how to get a game. Let's have a, one more thing I'll mention. If you're wondering about how the stalemate works at the end, what if some funny things happen? This is my example for it. So here, if you get this position, and after white plays this move, white has stalemated black. So that is going to be a problem because black will win this game. Now, if there was a different move, if we'd played a4, then a6, a3, a5, now it is white that cannot move, and white would win this game. Even though white has that extra pawn, they have the ones that have been stalemated, and white will win. Different servers have different rules about this. I know Fix and even Chess.com might have some different ending rules for this, but this is the Leechess one. But now let's just play an example game to show you. I'll just play a very easy computer, why not? Just to show you how a game works. Computer. All right. So that's fun. E3, B5. So I'll get rid of my bishop. Okay, so this is the danger of bishops. Now you will see that black's bishop will likely take all of mine. because they can be very dangerous. Now, all I need to do is put all of my pieces on white diagonal, as so. Just be careful to move on the right squares. And white's going to win this very easily. All right, so that's an example of a lost opening, black letting the bishop out. And that is the first introduction to anti-chess. So thank you, and I'll see you next time.